Do not be afraid. Christ is here.
What's going on, my brothers? I hope everybody is doing well, and in today's video I'm going to be covering the difference between the safety squat bar and the regular Olympic barbell, especially with regards to which one I'd recommend using, what the difference is, and the advantages and disadvantages of both. As you can see here at the moment, I am showing you a side-by-side comparison. You can see immediately that the Olympic bar is straight. The benefit of this is that it puts the load directly across your upper traps and your rear delts. Okay, so it's quite focused on the shoulders where it bears the weight, whereas with the safety squat bar it is cambered, and it has padded handles normally that will kind of reduce the tension on the shoulders, and it also has a built-in forward pitch. And what this means is that the weight that is loaded on the bar is shifted so that the distribution is now centered a little bit more towards the central line of your body, and this essentially changes the movement pattern. So as you can see in the repetition of this video, I'm actually struggling a little bit using the safety squat bar because my center of gravity is off, because I'm expecting the bar to be fully braced using my shoulders, using the back of my body, whereas the safety squat bar doesn't load the weight this way, and so it's a little more difficult for me. Now, going on to the regular bar, the regular Olympic bar. Here you can see that my shoulders are being forced into an external rotation, and that I'm holding an upright torso. The benefit here is that I'm building my posterior chain. I'm essentially getting a stronger whole body. My back is getting used, my glutes are getting used, but I'm also recruiting my shoulders, my elbows, even my forearms. Sometimes I'll have a heavy forearm day and then I can't train legs the next day because it hurts to actually brace myself against the bar. Now, other benefits of the Olympic bar are that it is, firstly, standard. You can get it pretty much at any gym. I don't know a single gym that doesn't have an Olympic bar, unless you're at a hotel gym, but most regular gyms will have it. As I mentioned, it's beneficial for your overall strength because it will strengthen your posterior chain. And lastly, it is a little more skill specific. So if you are going into a competition, the greatest likelihood is that you'll be using an Olympic bar. You will not be using a safety squat bar, because if you're going into a competition, I don't know any competitions that use safety squat bars. It won't carry across as well, and so that is really the benefit of it. And I guess if you want a stronger body, then the Olympic bar is to go to. Now, with regards to the safety squat bar, in fact, you know what, let me go on a little bit more to the drawbacks first, just before I go on to the safety squat bar. So the drawbacks of the Olympic barbell is that you will experience a little bit of strain on the upper body, especially if you're new to the movements. If it's your first few times squatting, you'll get a bit of shoulder strain. As I mentioned, if I train forearms, I can't then do a rear squat using the Olympic barbell because it hurts. It gives me a lot of strain on the forearms, it activates tendonitis. Another drawback of it is that it requires mobility. Now, I've got some friends that compete in strongmen. They're strongmen and they compete in strongman competitions, They've got terrible mobility. They cannot squat using the Olympic barbell. I'm not going to say the names, but I've seen them. They can't squat. They don't squat because they can't. They squat using the safety bar or using the leg press because they just cannot get their shoulders back there to grip the bar. So it requires some good mobility as well. Okay. So those are the drawbacks. The strain could result in a little bit of tension over time, which could result in tendonitis, pain, and you also need a lot of mobility as well. Now I'll move on to the safety squat bar. The safety squat bar, as a bit of an overview, I would say that it drives your torso, it drives your body forward slightly, and it demands more from your upper back. It's easier on your shoulders because it's not actually bearing as much weight on the shoulders, because the surface area by which it's being distributed, it being the weight, is a little more spread out. So it's very good if you are training with an injury to the delts, to the shoulders, to the forearms, if you have a lack of mobility, because it's a lot easier on the shoulders. Or if you're an older gentleman or gentle lady using the safety squat bar, it's in the name, safety squat. It's safer, you know. It's just easier on the joints, which I guess is the first benefit, is that it is easier on your joints. Another benefit is that it will work and absolutely fry your core and your upper back, because, as I mentioned, your shoulders, your forearms, your glutes aren't quite being recruited in the same manner. Your whole posterior chain is being deactivated a little bit because of the distribution of the weight towards the center line of your body, and as such, you're having to recruit your core more, in addition to your upper back. As a consequence, you'll develop a stronger core. Another benefit of the safety squat bar is that it's perfect for volume. You can do 20, 30, 40 reps with a safety squat bar and not really experience any upper body discomfort, whereas I've done 100 rep sets with squats before, and by the end of it, my shoulders are in agony from being held in that position. Okay, yeah, there's videos on this channel where I've done the 100 rep squats and I've had to move and reposition the way in which I'm holding and bracing the bar because it's so painful. Whereas a safety squat bar would not result in me experiencing the same level of pain. Now, the drawbacks of a safety squat bar is that there is a little bit less carryover to traditional squats, and that's pretty obvious. You know, your center of gravity is completely redistributed when you switch from a safety squat to a regular bar. But another drawback is that there is less carryover to other movements, because the traditional bar results in you using your posterior chain. The safety squat bar, however, does not. It's more core focused, and as such, your other movements, the power clean, the deadlift, the bench press, don't get recruited or don't get, improved in the same way. If you are to squat, then you are most likely to improve your other lifts. It's pretty common sense. The squat is such an explosive and powerful movement that it really works all areas of your body. A safety squat bar doesn't quite offer you that same benefit. And so there is less carryover because there is less overall strength gains as you are not working the posterior chain. And another drawback is that you're never going to use it in a competition. So if you are trying to compete, good luck finding a competition with a safety squat bar. It's really, you're not going to find it. But those are really the only drawbacks. I guess another one could be that it is a little more difficult to get used to if you are used to a traditional bar, because it's really a different movement, to be honest, and it's going to require you to recruit new muscles. But that's not really a drawback. I see new exercises as always a benefit, so depends how you look at it. All right, and that is everything. So I'm going to wrap it up now. I guess as a summary, if you're healthy and you're chasing strength numbers, you want to become stronger with a more well-rounded physique, and you have the mobility for it, then stick with the Olympic bar. If you're a little banged up, or you want variety, you want to work some new muscle groups, or if you want to build the, upper back and core without fatiguing your shoulders and your posterior chain, then I would go for the safety squat bar. Just give it a go. It's a good piece of equipment, and both have their place. And if you are going for the safety squat bar, probably I'd recommend training smarter, not harder. And if you are going for the barbell, then train harder, not smarter. You know, just do whatever feels natural, boys. All right, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Hasta mañana, mis gringos. Adios.